And we are live. Welcome to Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at Live on That Swing. Joining me today, got my two lovely co-hosts. Why don't you two introduce yourselves?
Yo, I'm Mac. Thank you guys for joining us. You can find me on Twitter at AZSportsFien. That's FIEN.
And I'm Jackie. You can find me on Twitter at JSanDiego. That is with 2 O's. How are we doing? How was everybody's Christmas?
My Christmas was pretty banging. How about you guys?
Good. Yeah. And at the end of the day, the Cardinals have the second pick in the draft as of right now, so can't beat that. How was your Christmas, Jackie?
My Christmas was as best as it could be, childless, but it was very good. I wish we would have won just for the feels, but I mean, I'll take the draft pick at this point now. It's pretty.
I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. is a pretty good Christmas gift. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I was just about to say, after watching this team with the zero wide receiver help that we have, I am 110% ready for a Marvin Harrison Jr. in my life.
Yep. We had another day where, Kyler Murray in the passing game, I thought he was pretty good for the most part. We had multiple, I think it felt like almost every receiver had a ball or two hit their hands and, hit the ground, which is not great, but in a recurring theme. But I thought, Kyler had his highest QBR of the season in his first multi-touchdown game without an interception. So I think all in all, it was about as expected, pretty sloppy, defense definitely pretty leaky, let Justin Fields almost run for 100 yards. But
Justin Fields was cocky as fuck after that game, though. They were like, why did you run so much? Because they couldn't catch me. Bitch, you suck. Fuck you.
I mean, fuck you, but I mean, it is true. Like,
it's true, but I mean, he's not the one who should be delivering that message.
I mean,
like,
it's
fuck,
gonna
man.
be funny.
You're not that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a big game coming up against the Eagles. Jonathan Gannon's former team. If there's ever a game for the Cardinals players to be up and fight for their coach, it'll be this week because we're seeing all these, bullshit reports coming out of Philly and these Philly fans just, can't get over losing Jonathan Gannon. So, it's great to see the Eagles in a downward spiral right now. So that would be the fucking cream of the crop, the cherry on top of the sundae if we could go in there and steal a win. But at this point, it's when you're this close to the number one pick in the draft, you kind of don't really want to fuck that up. But you can't tell the players, you can't tell the coaches that they're going to keep fighting no matter what.
Yeah, this is a very gotta have it game for Jonathan Gannon, and if his
given how stagnant that Eagles offense has looked the last few weeks, I wouldn't be surprised if we go out and shock them. I don't want us to shock them because I want to keep Marvin Harrison Jr., but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we do.
And then on the flip side, their defense is not looking very good. They could probably use a Jonathan Gannon in their lives.
Yeah,
they could sure as shit use a Shane Steichen in their lives.
Yeah, they've given up at least 20 points in each of their last 5 games, 34 points against the Bills, 42 against the 49ers, 33 against the Cowboys, even 25 against the Giants last week. So if nothing else, this Cardinals offense should be able to put some points on the board, even with the diminutive wide receiver group that we have.
And listen, man, I love Tyrod Taylor, but he shouldn't be hanging 25 on you.
No, absolutely not.
Do we know the injury status right now with Hollywood? And who else is hurt?
I haven't heard anything.
Let me take a look at usually the Thursdays are the most important one, but we have, looks like Hollywood Brown will probably be out again, did not practice today with the heel. Garrett Williams was out, cornerback with the knee in practice. Greg Dortch is limited. I expect him to suit up. Antonio Hamilton was limited. I probably expect him to suit up. Other than that, Kevin Strong practiced in full. I believe he was on the injury report heading into this week. So it's not looking too bad, other than, obviously Marquise Brown, who wasn't really helping the offense to begin with, with his 101 targets and 51 catches on the year.
Yeah, I'm ready
Yeah,
to
no,
part
we
ways.
we need to get rid of him post haste. I am
Yeah,
ready for the T Higgins era.
I don't really care what the money figure is at this point. You need to move on. You have to get bigger bodied receivers out there. And the one thing I hate about this Cardinals, I don't know if it's fan base, it's just a certain people. You have the Kyler Murray fanboys who, well, did you guys see that post? I don't know who it was. I don't know what fucking count it was. Saying how Kyler Murray had the shortest time to throw of his season at 2.1 seconds by next gen stats. That wasn't even accurate. It was at 2.86. So you have that part of the fan base. And then you have this other part of the fan base where I saw, someone posted today, Rondell Moore has the number 1 yards per separation per route run or whatever. Yeah, no shit. You see where he's catching the balls behind the back, like behind the line of scrimmage? No wonder why he's getting 4 yards separation right there. Like, it's kind of common sense when you watch the games, kind of see what's going on. So you have this whole faction, one side or the other, and there's, I like to be in the middle as much as possible. I'm gonna call out Kyler if he's not doing well. I'm gonna fucking call out other players if they're not doing well. It's just, the point of being a good fan, in my opinion. I'm just so sick of seeing one side or the other just, making up fucking stats, or just they're seeing a stat and they're fucking going with it, and when it doesn't even fucking make sense. It just fits a narrative that they've been holding on to all season or fucking his whole career.
This is why I hate analytics in sports with all of these weird ass stats. And it's just like, well,
you can make anything up.
You can make anything up. And are you actually watching the tape?
And people are going to jump on it one way or the other. You know what I mean? It's whatever your point of view is. That's the way it's going to go. And you can't change people. 2 games left in the season. Like, I saw a post today that said the Cardinals coaching staff doesn't know more today about Kyler Murray than it did, to start the season. Are you fucking kidding me? They were with him all year, watching him fucking how he trained, how he mentally broke down the game, how he understands the fucking game, how his work ethic, all that shit. That's all gonna go into, their off-season fucking report card to him. You can't tell me that, and I said it from the beginning. I just want to see Kyler progress, and going against the Bears defense, that's a pretty good defense right there, and he had his best game of the year so far. So to me, that's progression, especially when he put up 29 against the 49ers the week before.
And the fact of the matter is, we have seen 3 different quarterbacks play this year for the Arizona Cardinals, and Kyler Murray has looked the best out of all of them. You can miss Josh Dobbs all you want. He wasn't winning games either. Clayton Tune looked awful. So, yeah, I mean, Kyler Murray is the best quarterback we can put out there.
Yeah,
there's no debate about that.
After Kyler's ACL injury, before he returned, 1-12 without him. We're 2-4 with him. This team is better because of him.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at
losses, you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry.
You look at this team and how it's constructed. You look at this fucking shambles of a D line. You look at this empty ass receiver room. Tell me how this team is any better than it is right now.
I mean, we're worse today than we were roster-wise to start the season with all the injuries that we've occurred. People who are missing the season. Jonathan Ledbetter is going to be out for the rest of the year with his knee injury. It was a shame to see. I like the way he's kind of progressed, getting more playing time on that D line. So, it's
to put as much stock as certain fans are putting into this season when we knew from the jump it was going to be a wash. It's really ridiculous to me. I think that to manufacture this outrage, Kyler Murray, he's looking like shit. Tell me who could win with this roster. Tell me who could.
I'll tell Patrick Mahomes can win with this roster.
Patrick Mahomes is barely winning with his own roster, and they're only marginally better.
Exactly. And look at the rest of the league with all these fucking backup quarterbacks. Like, it's just
this is one of the worst years in league history. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Any year with as many backup quarterbacks as there are going to the playoffs and starting at this point, it's just a shambles. The whole league is a shambles this year.
Yeah, I can look around and say I'm happy with my quarterback compared to all these other fucking teams.
Yeah, can Can you tell me another year where at this point in the year, with 2 weeks left to go, we didn't know who the MVP was going to be?
Well, all leading up, everyone thought it'd be Brock Purdy, which to me was kind of a stretch. I thought Christian McCaffrey is the most important piece of that puzzle right there, anyways.
Yeah, throwing 5-yard checkdowns and rack catches to fucking yards after reception catches to fucking Deebo Samuel. Yeah, that's a real quarterback right there.
Yeah, everybody's looking real fraudulent. The Niners can't come from behind and win with Brock Purdy.
They really can't. They can't open up that fucking offense. Yeah, they're all good until they get punched in the mouth. Yeah, that's what you're going to get punched in the mouth in the playoffs. I don't see.
Not Casey. The fucking Eagles are having a Cliff Kingsbury type of collapse towards the end of their season.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, so they're sputtering into the playoffs. The Cowboys are fucking world champs one week and then frauds the next. They're too inconsistent.
Fraud.
And then we got a hot take. Colby says Kansas City's offense is not better.
Better than what?
Ours.
It's better, but I mean, Rashid Rice is better than any receiver that we got on, and their running game. I mean, James Conner, you can put him up there. Then the quarterback kind of puts it over, but yeah, I mean, I take the Chiefs offense still all day over the Cardinals.
Do we have a better tight end in Trey McBride?
Better future in the future, yeah.
The future is now, old man. Have fun in retirement with Taylor Swift.
Doesn't sound.
You know what? I think he will. I think he
really will. Good for him. I'm rooting for that relationship. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, and the people who say they're the reason the Chiefs' downfall, look at their fucking offense. Look at their fucking receivers, for one. Without that Rashid Rice, dude, I mean, I would agree with Colby. If you take him out of there and, you got fucking Kadarius Toney and you got Sky Moore, who's supposed to be this hyped up fucking dude. I love Isaiah Pacheco. I think he's been, great for them when he's healthy. But yeah, I mean, that team, I would not put money on them to go to the fucking Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, no,
I think we're seeing their downfall, at least for the time being.
Who do you guys got?
I can confidently say the Ravens are the best team in the AFC right now.
Yeah, by far. I think by far.
And I think that I'm not familiar with any other, I don't watch the Ravens, so I'm not sure about how Lamar.
It's going to be I think it's going to be either the Ravens or the Dolphins.
But can we throw Lamar in the MVP race, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think his overall passing numbers, are a typical MVP. But I mean, if you have by far the best team and you're the QB of that, and you're the cog that keeps it moving the way it is, I think you have to be up there.
Nick L says,
can we talk about a mock draft I saw today?
What did Nick L say? Sorry, hold on real quick.
All Birds Super Bowl, Ravens versus the Eagles. Oh.
We better turn it on, man, or they'd be knocked out fucking week one. I mean, depending on who they play, you got who the fuck is going to win the NFC South? That division's a fucking joke.
Hold on, my cousin Tina says, I know we were seeing their downfall because my team just beat the shit out of them. My cousin Tina's a Raiders fan, so she's pumped about the Raiders beating the Chiefs.
Hey, Raiders play some football with Antonio Pierce, man.
Can we talk about a mock draft I saw?
Go for it.
All right, so courtesy of CBS Sports. Give me one sec. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, so CBS Sports. Give me one sec. Where the fuck did it go?
What are you sipping on, Mac?
What am I sipping on?
Yeah.
Just my Coors White.
So, headline: Vikings trade for Kyler Murray. Patriots land Marvin at 4.
No.
So
what are they trading for Kyler Murray?
So the Vikings get Kyler in a next year's 6th. We get a 2nd-round pick from this year. We get a 5th-round pick from this year, and a conditional 4th for next year that becomes a 3rd if Murray throws for over 1,000.
No, I mean, you'd have to really believe in one of these quarterbacks right here. And
apparently, according to this mock, we believe in Drake May.
God damn it. That would be.
What fucking smooth brain cooked this shit up?
So not only do we draft Drake May, we draft Rome Odunze at number 16.
Who in the fuck?
Wide receiver out of Washington.
Exactly. Who in the fuck? Drake May and who in the fuck for our draft?
No, I don't like that at all. I remember when there were a lot of Cardinals kept saying, "Oh, we could get Justin Jefferson," and I mean, it's more likely that Kyler Murray would land with the Vikings in a trade than we get Justin Jefferson. But that I still don't see that happening. You're gonna have to eat.
I don't understand why we take a a wide receiver who the writer himself admits is the 5th best at his position, and Drake May, who, mind you, has looked very pedestrian at points this year, over keeping Kyler Murray, who has looked fairly decent since he's come back, and drafting Marvin Harrison and some third guy.
Yeah, you're just restarting right there. That does not help the offensive line. It doesn't help the defense at all. And those are positions where I don't give a fuck what quarterback you have here. If you're giving up 27 points to the fucking Bears, 45, to the 49ers, they're giving up 70, whatever, to the 49ers this year. You need defense and offensive line play, to keep your team in it and to give your quarterback a chance. You just jump to another fucking rookie quarterback, nothing is going to change. I'm sorry. None of these quarterbacks are, franchise saving, in my opinion. There might be one. There might be a gem in there. But
I'm not sold on either of the top 2 guys.
No, for Drake May to be fucking number 2, like unanimously right now, it seems, it just kind of blows my mind.
Caleb Williams is also kind of blowing me away because I'm looking at him and I'm looking at his flaws. You see how he reacts when he has all the time in the world in the college, and he's just running all around. He's just doing all this. I mean, you've got 2-3 seconds to make a play in the NFL. You're not going to have that kind of time. I don't see his game necessarily translating to the pros.
Especially if we're just going to go in on him, and then where is that going to lead us with the rest of our picks with offensive line help and free? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we need to build up our fucking lines before we can even think about
the same shit over and over and over.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in this position because Steve kind of couldn't build a fucking roster from the inside out. You trade a 1st-round pick for Hollywood Brown. How's that looking fucking two years later or whatever the fuck it is? It's a fucking hindrance. It's huge. You can't miss on shit like that. And I'm glad we went Paris Johnson number 1 last year. I don't see us necessarily going number 1. Let's say we trade back. Let's say for some reason Marvin Harrison's off the board and we trade back right there. I still don't see us necessarily going with an offensive lineman first picks in each of Ossenfort's 2 first drafts. But I mean, if he does, that's it. He's an inside out guy. He's proven that, and he's shown that with the Patriots and the Titans where he kind of came from. That's kind of how
if
built it.
If I had the choice, I focus our draft mostly on just getting our D-line some help. I think if we can get ourselves a solid day 1 defensive tackle, I think we're set. I think that is our biggest need.
Defensive tackle in the draft.
Slow.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to go best player available, in my opinion, and match that up with your biggest needs. So, like, obviously Marvin Harrison, a lot of people say he's the best player in the draft. That's probably our biggest need right now is what. So you match those 2 up, that lines up perfectly. Boom. We do need a number 1 cornerback at the end of the day. Sooner or later, we're going to need that. And to me, that's a premium position that you would pick around, the 20th pick where the Texans are right now, where we get that.
To me, the only way I trade down from 2 is if we get a fucking good deal.
You get a steal. That's how you build shit. So I mean, I wouldn't hate it because Ossenfort showed even last year that he has a plan at the end of the day, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, just the process. Did you guys see what happened with Russell Wilson today?
Yeah.
Yep, that's a perfect segment to our new segment. It could be worse, Cardinals fans. We could be the Denver fucking Broncos that paid Russell Wilson all of this money just to fucking bench and then cut him because Sean Payton sucks as a fucking coach.
It's just kind of weird how it all played out. Supposedly after the win against the Chiefs, they went up to Russell Wilson and told him that he needs to do a contract restructure. Otherwise, they were going to move on from him or something. And he obviously didn't fucking adhere to, their wishes. So even though they still have, I believe it's a 7% chance at making the playoffs. So they're right now the 12th seed in the AFC, which is pretty crazy since they're 7-8, only one game under, and they're the 12th seed. But they only have a 7% chance. So, I mean, obviously that's a team that's going to be needing a quarterback, in the future, whether it's next year through the draft or free agency.
And see, to me, I'm looking at that situation. They are so fucking stupid for moving on because they don't have. I mean, the best free agent quarterback they can get their hands on is a very aging Kirk Cousins, and they don't have their first round pick this year.
Holy fuck! I can't believe Joe Flacco's been doing what he's doing. My God, who would have thought that?
And if I remember right, they don't have their first round pick this year because they traded it for Peyton, right?
First, they don't have a second rounder.
Yeah, so who the fuck are you going to get in the draft? Moving on from Russell is just an entirely foolish endeavor.
That's what Cardinals fans are gonna say. We need Russell Wilson.
Well, he's not white, so the Kyler haters
close.
Him in.
He's got some weird features.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a man of God.
He's whitish.
Yeah, they like that kind of shit.
Oh, but he's bad. He's bad for the culture, Jackie. As if we've ever had that.
Yeah, Sierra would never move out here.
I find it funny that Cardinal fans, we need to do the same thing with Kyler. That's never going to happen. For one, fucking Gannon doesn't have that pull like fucking Sean Payton does over there. Sean Payton's fucking everything. When you sign into the contract you did, you traded the draft picks for him. At the end of the day, what he says is going to go. That's not the pull that Jonathan Gannon has over here. And that's just something you're going to do fucking as Austin Ford or whoever to Kyler Murray. You do that with Kyler, you're fucking – there's no reason to do that. Right now, we're, in a prime spot at number 2. What are you going to tank for the number 1 spot? What's that going to show to Kyler? I mean, the only reason –
and the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, what we get for Kyler Murray will be next to nothing because in order to find a team that will take his contract, we will have to accept less. If we trade Kyler Murray to a team like Minnesota, if we trade him to a team like Denver, a team moving on from their quarterback, we're not going to get this massive haul of picks. What we're going to get is, you guys take on $50 million of his contract for next year in exchange for a 7th round pick or some shit like that. We're not going to get a king's ransom for him.
Trade the 2nd round pick. So I mean, that's probably about where you'd be. Somebody would probably give up a mid-second for him, but yeah, nobody would give up a first for that contract. No way.
Yeah, you would not get the haul of picks that mock draft is entailing. Absolutely not. There's no reason on God's green earth to take that dead cap hit just to move on for a lesser quarterback.
For Drake.
Right. Yeah, for Drake fucking May. But Colby and I talked about this. Well, we're talking more so for fantasy, but after year 3, you kind of know what you're getting. And granted, he's been hurt and he's had a shaky start with, transitioning from a Cliff Kingsbury offense to this new regime. But I feel like I've seen enough to know that he's more than capable. And he's a better quarterback than he is shitty. And I think he's proven that there's more upside than there is downside. So, I mean, you've got to roll with him until he completely shits the bed or there's you're in a position to get a fucking generational talent or potentially trade, a trade opportunity presents itself. But
I mean, I have seen Kyler Murray at his peak. Seeing him at his peak is worth seeing him at his lowest. You take the lows for the peaks.
And the lowest has never been as low as I've seen other quarterbacks play that are still employed. Like Derek,
his lowest is higher than any of the other quarterbacks we can get lows.
That's what I'm saying. Like Jimmy had a starting job for a while. He fucking sucks.
But yeah, I think at the end of you have to build this roster. You have to give him a chance. And if we're sitting here right now with the top 5 pick next year, then he's gone if he's healthy. He's shown that, if you're providing, you get a number 1 receiver, you get offensive line help, defensive line help, a cornerback, and we're still in this spot. And that's kind of been my point. This thought process is, if he's as bad as a lot of these people say he is, then we're going to be dog shit next year. And then that's the easy decision to move on and give that next quarterback a puncher's chance to succeed in this league right out the gate. Like what we've seen with CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud ain't coming here with this offense and this team week 1 and doing a turnaround that he did with the Texans. He just isn't with this roster. So you have to, no matter what, you have to keep building up the fat of this roster. With all these picks, we have 6 picks in the top 3 rounds. Money Ossenfort, to me, he's a smart GM.
Do we have like 8 picks in the top 100, or am I misremembering that?
How many?
7.
7 in the top. I mean, that's fucking nice, man.
Yeah. So you add to that, and I mean, if we're here with 3-4 wins this time next year, then I'm all for moving on. But to say this is the season that you're going to move on, it never made sense to me.
And with as much draft capital as we have, I mean, we can move up in the draft with relative ease. I mean, we have what, 3 third round picks for the year.
And I expect Ossenfort to trade some of those picks. I don't think he's going to take all those draft those selections with all those draft picks. To me, that just doesn't really make too much sense. You want to kind of expand out your dominance over the draft as much as you can. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see 2-3 more draft day trades from Monty.
If I am Monty, God damn it, I'm doing this again. If I'm Monty Ossenfort, I'm trading that Texans pick. I'm trading 1 or 2 of those third round picks, and I'm trying to move up in the first round. I'm trying to get me either a low top 10 pick or just like a 11 or 12 with those assets.
If you were Monty Ossenfort, I trust you.
I don't hate it. And we have a lot of shit. We've got a lot of leverage and a lot of picks to play with. So I'm very excited for this year's draft.
It only takes one dumb team to fucking fleece them,
There's a lot of dumb teams. There's a lot of
desperate teams.
Yes. Fucking desperate, especially looking at, I saw today like the list of fucking backup quarterbacks going into whatever fucking week this is, the longest year of the fucking NFL, I feel like. But there's just a lot of shit going on, a lot of QB hungry teams, and just like a lot of incomplete fucking rosters. I think that's another thing that's why this year sucks, is that like there's just a lot of incomplete rosters on every team.
You don't think Bill Belichick is going to be desperate if he gets one more year in New England and he's got to find his quarterback? Come on.
His fucking job and his reputation's on the line.
I mean, hasn't it been more or less hasn't it been more or less confirmed that he's going to be out at the end of the year?
I haven't heard that yet.
I've seen the rumors floating around. That's
nothing about like Chester or anything like that.
Yeah, no, but the streets are saying he's cooked. So,
and I mean, it's been widely said that he wants to go to LA.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Robert Kraft, I'm bringing him back, but it's under the stipulation where you have to get another quarterback, man. You have to, like, you fucking whiffed on Mac Jones. You should be able to get 2 quarterbacks after Tom Brady, in my opinion, to prove that you can work with one of them and one of them can lead you. If you whiff on 2 quarterbacks, then you should be done. I mean, it's been brutal, but their defense is really good, man, and they've been turning it on a little bit. Who'd they beat this last week?
Shit.
We don't even spend that much time on it. They beat the Broncos. That's right. So, and I mean, that's a team fighting for a playoff spot. But that New England defense is solid, and you have Bill Belichick there. If you just get a fucking decent quarterback, man, you're going to be pretty fucking good, for the most part.
I can't even name 5 people on that roster, on their offense. It's Bailey Zappi and a bunch of fucking
Ramon
drivers.
Stevenson, Zeke Elliott. But yeah, I mean, like that wide receiver core is garbage. Who they got? Tight end Hunter Henry could be worse, I guess. Yeah, I mean that wide receiver core and that quarterback position needed an upgrade for sure. But that's really neither here nor there. That's just saying, that's an example of one GM coach who could be desperate to make a big splash this offseason in the draft to trade up to get their QB. So that's not going to be the only guy either, heading into this next year. And that's Monty Ossenfort in this next draft. Monty Ossenfort's job to go in there. Because, I mean, New England's number 4 right here. If somehow they finish with the third pick, and I'd be all for fucking Cardinals trading back one spot to New England, get a fucking haul for them just to move one spot, get their quarterback, and we still get Marvin Harrison at 3. That'd be ideal. Where you can trade back one pick and still get a fucking, the best potential player in the draft, and definitely the best receiver in the draft at your biggest need.
William, are you jacking off over there?
No, I'm fine. I'm all right.
I'm all right.
All I hear is clicking and some rubbing sounds. Issues?
Do you want a shout out to everyone in the chat? What up, Colby? You said your cousin's in here?
Yeah. Hi, Tina. If you're still listening,
hi, Tina. Even though you're a Raider fan, shout out to you. Thank you for
the most tolerable Raiders fan I've ever met.
The most what?
Tolerable Raiders fan I have ever met.
Okay. Good. I was telling the story about a month ago when a Raider fan told me he was going to take my manhood from me at the Cardinal game about 10 years ago when Sebastian Janikowski shanked that fucking gimme winner, field goal winner at the end. That was a fun day. So yeah, we like tolerable Raiders fans. Who else? We got 49ers fan, I think, jumped in here one day who was tolerable. So yeah, shout out to you. Nick L, shout out to you. Thank you for always joining us. We appreciate you guys.
Can I tell you the story about I had some Raiders that I work at a doctor's office. Or no, it wasn't a Raiders fan, it was a 49ers fan. I had this because it was during COVID and I had my Cardinals like mask on. So he's like talking shit to me, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, like who's your team? And I'm like, let me guess, it's the Cowboys. He goes, oh God, no. And then he like lifts up his sleeve and he points out this big old 49ers like tattoo. And he's like, this is my team. And I'm like, that's cute. I got a lot of stupid tattoos too.
Did he just go quiet after that?
Yeah.
He's like, damn, got.
Remember when our team was fun to watch?
Not really.
Who, Suns or Cardinals or who?
Like all of the above, but I look at my stupid like on this day 8 years ago on Facebook. On this day 8 years ago, your Arizona Cardinals beat the absolute dog piss out of the Green Bay Packers in 2015, and boy, was that a time to be alive.
Was that when Carson Palmer fucked up his finger?
No, that was the week prior versus Philly.
Yes.
That's right. And Tyrann Mathieu got hurt in Philly.
Yes.
Ugh.
We kept him in too fucking long. Thanks to Heat, Bruce.
We did.
Yeah, we were beating him by 26, and we kept everybody in.
Yeah. You get an injury, and we get a fucking exit in the NFC Championship game. The fucking beatdown of a lifetime. Where were you guys when we got fucking blown out by the Panthers?
Crying in my room.
On the couch. Fucking drunk off my ass.
I was going to say I was fucking hammered somewhere. I can't remember.
I was 14 years old. I could not drink.
I was 21. And then, like, of course, when the Cardinals lose, all the fucking Cowboy fans who weren't even in the playoffs that year were coming for your girl on Facebook. And I was telling them all to pull up. I was ready to fucking fight the world.
You dropped the Addy?
I was dropping the Addy. I said, let's fucking go, but you come to me, because if I drive right now, I am catching an extreme DUI. Fucking call me Steve Keim. Call me Michael Floyd.
God damn.
Yeah.
God damn.
So yeah, I thought I'd share that little fun fact. This day, 8 years ago, Cardinals history, we were the team to beat.
Now imagine living in Carolina for that.
Oh God, were you living in Carolina?
I was living in Carolina at that point. Yeah.
Aren't you still living in Carolina?
Yeah.
Don't lie, Will. You probably were out there rocking your fucking Cam Newton jersey underneath your.
Fuck you. I fucking hated
jersey.
Cam Newton. See, I hated Cam Newton from college because I was a Gamecocks fan.
Where'd he go? Auburn?
Yeah, he went to Auburn. He beat the shit out of us in the SEC championship.
Oof. David Garcia says, I was in high school when we got blown out by Carolina. I didn't even go to school the next day. I felt that way when we lost the Super Bowl. I wanted to not go to school the next day, and I stayed off of MySpace because that's how old I am. I stayed off of MySpace for like a solid week, which was huge for my teenage ass.
When was this?
2008, when we lost our Super Bowl.
Damn.
Yep. Oh, I guess I should name a big dick player of the game, huh?
Which Cardinals all-time Cardinals players would be in your top 3, Jackie? Oh, your MySpace top 3.
On my MySpace top 3, or just like top 3 I've ever loved ever?
MySpace top 3.
On my MySpace top 3, I gotta say like Darnell Dockett. He was funny. Larry Fitzgerald just because of vibes, like obviously. Who else was like a fun player?
Tyrann Mathieu would be in mine if he was around for that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know who a third one would be. I feel like it should be someone obscure. Who would you put, Mac?
I've never had a MySpace, so what?
What?
People who had it. I'm a little bit older than you, fuck. So,
But old people had MySpace. That's how grooming started.
My dad had MySpace. My dad's 50 and he had MySpace.
Your dad had a MySpace. No, I fucking held off as long as I could for Facebook, all that shit.
Oh, you knew it was coming, didn't you, Mac?
Yeah, I held on to my AOL Instant Messenger for as long as I could. Like Darnell Dockett was on MySpace and shit. Is that what you're saying? Like he was.
Do you know about the top 8 on MySpace?
Kind of, like I've heard, kind of know.
Well, MySpace did this incredible thing where you have a top 8 that you can put your friends in. You can rank your friends, power rankings of your friends. Typically, your number 1 was like your girlfriend, boyfriend, or someone you wanted to bang. In my case.
Oh.
So yeah, like you just get to pick 8 friends and rank them, and that number 1 spot. That was the spot to fucking be in. So yeah, if I had to put a top 3 is hard, but if I have to like name a number 1 on my top 8, I'd give it to Darnell Dockett.
He's a fucking cool dude, man. I saw him twice. Saw him at a Blockbuster when I was checking out. I was like, oh my God, Double D! And he just like nodded his head. And then when we were at training camp in Flagstaff, me, my brother, and my buddy, all 3 of us had a jersey on. I think I had a Dockett. My brother and my buddy had Fitz jerseys on. And we're walking through the NAU campus around dusk. And we're like, fuck, we knew the Cardinals were staying on NAU's campus. We're like, let's go and see if we can see anybody or whatever. So we're just cruising through, walking through the sidewalk or whatever, cutting through the buildings. And here comes Fitz and I know I told the story already, but Fitz and Dockett on Segways. And we're like, oh my God, we're like, fucking, what up? And like Fitz stopped and like chatted with us. Dockett wasn't really too friendly there, but those are my 2 experiences with Darnell Dockett. Cool dude. Wish him the best, whatever the fuck he's doing. And I remember
on Instagram, he would always post like pictures of midgets. He loves midgets.
scary.
He's so
stuff.
real for that.
Darnell Dockett with the midget. One of my favorite, probably my favorite Darnell Dockett story, though. I believe we were playing the 49ers, and it was like 4th and goal from the fucking half-yard line for the Niners. I think Alex Smith was your quarterback, if I can remember correctly.
Was that the year where we stopped him like 4 times in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, that was in our end zone when we had season tickets right there. And I remember after the game, Dockett came out and said, or whoever, I don't know if it was Dockett or whoever it was, like, yeah, like, what was your guys' mindset heading into that final fucking, 4 plays, the 4 stops or whatever? And they were like, fucking Double D said, fucking, if you're the guy who lets this touchdown in, don't even think about coming to practice tomorrow. I was like, damn, motherfucker, real. And fucking, yep, they stopped them all 4 times right there. That was good memory, Will, to remember it was like a 4-down stop. It was definitely a 3 or 4 down stop, but yeah, that preserved the game, fucking like barely any time left.
Another fun fact that I was just thinking about, I actually got brought up on TV watching the 49ers game, because Brock Purdy threw 4 interceptions, and the last time that happened to the 49ers was against your Arizona Cardinals. And against fucking Colin Kaepernick. And I remember like
a couple early picks, right? Didn't we have like
Matthew had Tyrann Mathieu was Colin Kaepernick's favorite receiver that day.
Who was it?
It was Tyrann Mathieu. He didn't get all 4, but he got like 2.
And that's the game people always point to say, oh, he was a bad quarterback at that point. And it's like, no, our defense was just really good at that point.
Yeah, he was a shitty quarterback either way. But yeah, I remember going to Tilt to Kilt, and by like the time we sat down, we already had 2 interceptions. Like, oh shit! Yeah, I think Tyrann had 2 or 3 that game for sure.
I had the Cardinals defense in fantasy that year, and they put 42 points for me. Absolutely fucking dick slapped San Francisco.
God damn.
Needless to say, I won my league that year.
How you doing this year?
I am in the fucking championship, boys. Let's go.
Let's go.
My team has had a fucking Cliff Kingsbury collapse towards the end of the year. And I'm looking at my roster like, how the fuck did I make it to the championship game with these bums? But
my quarterback last week was Nick Mullins in the semifinals. Oy.
Me and the guy who were oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, luckily my opponent, their fucking team shit the bed. So I actually got very lucky. Because I meant to sub
I faced Mari
for Kyler and forgot. So Kyler was sitting pretty with 23 points on my bench. Gardner got me 10.
Minshew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got second in my league this year. Me and the guy who got first are playing for the 3rd place game right now.
I just want to, before we go any further, before we do pick'ems or anything, just want to give a shout out to my brother Derek. It's his birthday today. I know he's one of our biggest listeners. So thank you, brother. Love you, man. And I'll see you at work Friday.
Happy birthday, Derek. Everybody send Derek all the feet pictures, all the dick pics. Pictures of your butthole.
Send all the dick pics for Will first, and then Will will forward them.
No, Mac, you explicitly told me that you want all of them first.
Okay. No.
He's going to make you a 24-month calendar.
All right. You guys ready for some pick'ems?
Let's do it.
All right. Thursday night football.
Hey, who was your big player of the week?
Oh, that's right. I need a fucking name, a giant dick player of the week. This fucking game was so underwhelming. Fuck it. Let's go Greg Dortch this week.
Ooh, Dortch. Huge touchdown. Hopefully he's back next year,
man. On our team this year, who has been barely taking fucking
yeah.
Greg Dortch is the Cam Thomas of the NFL. I will not explain any further.
Sure.
Cam Thomas.
The Nets player.
Okay. I didn't know if you were talking about the Cardinals Cam Thomas or I was like, what? I was confused.
Anyway, let's do some pick'ems. Thursday night football, we have Jets versus Browns. Who do we have?
Oh, before we start, we can't mention Marco Wilson cut this year.
Oh yeah.
this week. Yeah, about damn time, right?
I can finally call him an idiot again.
Well,
No,
I
we
mean,
called him a jackass.
I think we were
I
all
can
calling
finally
him
call him a
idiots already.
jackass again.
But yeah, I mean, he hasn't played a snap in, I believe, 4 or 5 weeks now, just playing special teams. So it was about time. They gave him, I mean, he was forced into the cornerback one. Obviously couldn't hold up, and they just thought it was time. And that's what you're going to see a lot of that. I mean, a lot of these players from the old regime, they're not going to be back. And that's just something people are going to have to get used to. I mean, if you aren't already, I don't know what the fuck's your problem, but considering the massive amount of turnover we had last year and the guys we did not bring back. But yeah, that was definitely a notable thing that happened yesterday, and he just got claimed by the Patriots and Bill Belichick. So, good luck to him. Not going to hate on any fucking kid, whatever, but he just definitely wasn't a good fit here. So time to move on.
But he did have the funniest, best moment. One of the best moments with that fucking INT against Andy Dalton.
Yeah, the fucking flip.
That play will live on forever. He will just be known as the guy that threw the shoe and flipped into the end zone.
I almost forgot about the shoe. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, shoegate. Anyways,
All right.
proceed.
All right, let's do some pick'ems. Jets Browns is our Thursday night football game. Who we got?
Browns.
Browns.
Oh, but Amari Cooper's out. Shoot.
Is he really?
Yeah.
What happened to him? He fucking torched me for 50 fucking points last week.
Jesus.
Oh, he got railed. I don't know. His
Railed.
maybe?
Okay. Go New York, go! It's gonna be the Jets, baby.
No, you got to say baby.
Okay, sorry.
All right,
Baby.
Saturday we have Lions Cowboys in a very, very good bout. Who do we got?
Give me the Lions.
In Dallas.
Yes, sir.
It
That
don't
don't
fucking matter. Give me Detroit.
Holla, holla, holla. We them boys, holla.
Yeah, of course you are.
All right, opening up our Sunday slate of games, we have a fucking phenomenal bout at the 1 p.m. slot. We have Dolphins-Ravens, your probable AFC championship. Who do you have?
Give me the Ravens.
Give me the Ravens.
Give me the Dolphins. I trust my boy. I trust my boy, Mike McDaniel.
I think I'm playing against Tyreek Hill, too.
Rip.
Did you see that clip of Mike McDaniels with Dan Marino on the sideline before the game?
I didn't know.
I think Dan Marino, they were like, I don't know if they're introducing him or what the fuck case is, but they have a hot mic on McDaniels, and he's like behind them, and there's like Tyreek and Tua, and he's like crowd's all yelling as they introduce Dan Marino, I think, and Mike McDaniels is like, "Fuck you, Dan! We're gonna break all your records, Dan!" Fucking hilarious! It's fun. Had me dying. Yeah, type in Mike McDaniels on Twitter. And that should be one of the first things that pops up. It's fucking hilarious.
He's so fucking cool. I love him. After that, we have Pat's Bills. The Bills are 3-0 since since those comments came out. Who do y'all have?
I got Buffalo.
Give me the Bills and give me a fucking Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs fucking monster game.
Ooh, who you got in fantasy?
Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs.
Ooh, no wonder why.
I needed a Stephon Diggs monster game last week, and I didn't get it. No, the Pats have been looking.
Yeah,
the Pats have been looking decent the last few weeks. So give me the Pats this week.
Of course.
All right,
still looking for his first win of the season.
Yeah, blow me.
No, I think he won like week 2 or something.
Next up, we have Falcons Bears. Who do y'all have?
Give me the Falcons.
Give me Chicago. Fuck it.
Hey guys, did you know if you use Bijan Robinson, you'll win games? That's crazy, isn't it? Go Falcons.
Fucking Arthur Smith, that or whoever the fuck their coach is.
After that, we have the Titans and the Texans. The AFC South is a 3-way tie right now.
Who'd you pick, Will?
For the last one, I've got the Falcons.
Okay. Titans who?
Texans. The AFC South is a 3-way tie right now.
CJ Stroud looks like he's trending to be back. I'm going to go Houston, even though they let me down last week, you fucking hoes.
Give me Houston.
Give me Houston. After that, we have Raiders Colts. Who do y'all have?
Colts.
I'm going Vegas.
I'm going Colts. After that, we have Panthers Jags. Who do we have?
Gotta go Jags, even if fucking Trevor Lawrence isn't playing. Would love the Panthers to win. I thought they were going last week, man. Fuck. That would have been huge for the Suns.
They would have if the refs didn't screw them.
What?
I said they would have if the refs didn't screw them.
I didn't even see what happened.
Just a fuck ton of holds not called.
Oh. Jack, who you got?
Who are we picking again? Sorry.
Panthers Jags. Cat Bowl.
Oh, Jags. Cat game.
You too,
It's
Will, or
gonna
you
be
go with your home team?
It's going to be the Panthers, baby.
Ah! Never fails. We need you on here more often.
After that, we have Rams Giants. Who do we got?
I got going Rams.
I too will go with the Rams.
Unfortunately.
Well, the Jacoby Brissett is starting for the Giants.
You mean
Tyrod
Tyrod Taylor?
Taylor. Jacoby
Oh,
Brissett
sorry, he's starting
for
for.
Washington.
That's right. My bad. Yeah, no, give me the Rams.
Rams all the way. After that, we have Bucks Saints. This will be very important for the NFC South.
Give me the
Going-
Bucks.
Yep, I'm going Tampa. Baker's been a little underrated. Give him that.
It really speaks to how much the NFC South sucks this year that Derek Carr has sucked as bad as he does, and they're still in playoff contention. Give me the Bucks. After that, we have Commanders Niners. Who do we have?
Commanders have lost, 6 straight, I want to say, something like that.
Do they break that this week, Mac?
Huh?
Do they change that this week?
Absolutely not.
No, yeah, give me the Niners.
Niners all the way. After that, we have a old school Super Bowl matchup. Steelers Seahawks. Who do we have?
Seattle.
Do I have to pick? Where's this at?
Seattle.
All right. I am going to go. I'll go Pittsburgh. Fuck Seattle.
Pittsburgh will always use alchemy to get themselves to a positive record. That will not change this year. It's going to be the Steelers. After that, we have Chargers Broncos. Who do we have?
Broncos are a fucking mess. The fucking Chargers are a fucking mess.
Give me the Chargers.
I'm going to go Broncos.
Can I say tie? I'm going to say tie.
Ooh, I like it.
Oh,
If you hit a tie,
you hit on this tie, we will crown you the season winner of Pick'ems.
yeah. If you hit on a tie, you absolutely win that week.
After that, we have
Fuck it. Yeah.
After that, we have Bengals Chiefs. Who do we have?
Bengals.
Ooh, like the balls on you, girl.
Your voice just auto-tuned there, man. That was insane.
Bengals. I'll go KC. Fuck it.
I'm gonna say the Bengals, man. I think that KC's gonna limp into these playoffs, man.
That'd be. I didn't expect the Raiders beat them, but here we are.
After that, Sunday Night Football, we have Vikings Packers. Who do we have?
Give me the Packers.
Mac?
I'll go mini.
Yeah, any team that lets the Carolina hang 30 on them isn't a good team in my book. Give me Minnesota. All of this leads us to your Arizona Cardinals versus the cheesesteak eating, the telephone pole climbing, the horse shit eating Philadelphia Eagles. Who do we have?
Give me the Cardinals in a fucking upset.
I'm going Cardinals 23-20. Fuck Philly fans.
Philly's offenses look stagnant. Their run game's abysmal. They can't make big plays. It's going to be Arizona 20-10.
Give me the Cardinals 24-17.
I like it. That's dangerous. All three of us picked AZ. That's dangerous, folks. If you know, you know.
Yeah, this is bad news for us.
They should
All
know
right,
all about the tush push because they're fucking ass.
Yeah, fuck the tush push.
All right, you guys want to close out?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right, this has been another phenomenal episode of the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing.
I am Mac. You can find me on Twitter at AZSportsFien. That's FIEN.
And I'm Jackie. You can find me on Twitter at JSanDiego. That is with 2 O's.
And thank you for joining us for another phenomenal episode. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Peace.